Hi everybody, for this tutorial we're going to be doing a quick mask tool demonstration. So if I want to color a black and white image, I'm going to do some quick selections first. So I'm going to select a quick selection tool, and in this one I'm going to do a quick select of this Volkswagen Beetle automobile. So I'm going around the picture now, trying to grab as much of the vehicle as possible because I'm going to want to color this vehicle blue. So I'm trying to capture everything by clicking and dragging the mouse, getting all those little areas, trying to go around whatever I can get around. It's going to be hard because there's a lot of areas that have the same values, so sometimes Photoshop doesn't know exactly what to select. I'm going to hold the Option key down, it makes the quick selection a negative, so I can group some areas closer to the car. That way I'm not dealing with getting all that background. I'm zooming in and zooming around. I'm just double checking to see what I've selected and what might need some help. And this is where the quick mask will really come into like a good need. So I just pressed Q, the letter Q on the keypad, and it turns everything I don't want into red. Now I'm going to select the brush tool, and if I select the black with the brush tool, that means I take away. Now you can see how the red is being added. That's not what I want to do here. I'm going to switch it to the white, and that's going to allow my brush to erase away and clean up the edges for everything I want to still see when I color the car. So right here, I'm actually painting back in the edges that I lost a little bit when I did the quick selection. The outside edge of the car here. You also see you can adjust your brush, so if you want a soft or a hard brush, you can change it. Might need to get a little closer here. It's always good to work close when you have tight areas you need to work on. So I'm trying to erase away some of that space that I kind of lost the edge with when I was using the quick selection. I'm going to go down here looking around the car. I'm getting some of the background here stuck against the car. Some of the looks like the landscape in there. So I'm going to switch it to black now, and I'm going to fill that area in with the red. And again, whatever's red is what I don't want to be colored. And whatever is the regular black and white picture is what I'm going to want to select to color. So I'm cleaning up the edges from what my quick selection tool couldn't pick up. Take your time with this, because if you go too quick, and you can do a very sloppy job. So I still see here, I know that that's part of the background going around the vehicle. And here I erased too much before, so I'm gonna have to just clean this up against the roof of the car. Have the right brush size and be really comfortable with how close you are in the vehicle. So I like to move around and touch everything up as close as possible. Let's go down here. See how I'm getting part of the interior of the car? I don't want to color that, the color of the car. So again, I'm going to turn that into red. Remember, I do a quick mask by pressing Q after I did my quick selection. Now down here, there's a lot of chrome on the front bumper of this car. Well, I don't want to paint that the color of my car, so I'm going to minimize my brush, and I'm going to cover that in red as well. And the red color is just a color that Photoshop uses to say that that's the mask. There's nothing, you're not going to have anything turn red. But what I'm doing is I'm now filling in everything I don't want the color of the car to get. So I'm going to take my time here. If I get a little sloppy in some areas, I'll be able to correct a lot of that in the next step, where I do a refine edge and I can soften edges so things look a lot cleaner. This is the license plate cover. I want to make sure that gets isolated so I don't paint that. I'm going to continue on here around the car. So I really went with a fine-tooth comb around the outer edges. Sometimes if my window gets in the way and I might need to try to move my picture, but if that's not moving, I'm going to literally move my layer palette off to the side. I like working really up close with my images because it allows me to be very accurate with my erasing and my coloring and all that. Now I'm going to expand my brush really large because I want to cover this headlight space too. So instead of using a really small brush, I'm going to use this large round brush, and it's really comfortable to use to fill that in. So I got one headlight done. Let me get the other one. There we go. So it might have taken a couple minutes, but it's well worth it. And you'll see why when I finish coloring it. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out. That looks pretty good. Just going to double check, see if there's anything I'm missing. Things look pretty good. When you're done with the quick mask, you're going to press Q again. When you do that, it returns back to black and white. Now, I want to make my selection. I'm really happy with that. So what I do now is I'm going to make sure I go to the toolbar, go back to my quick selection tool. Now I have the option for select and mask. So on Photoshop, what I'll do is I'll select the mask, but hold the Shift key to get a refine edge. Click on Smart Radius. I like to bring my radius up to 5. That just helps soften the edges, and my smoothness up to around 5 too, or so, something like that. Click OK. Just makes my edges a little bit cleaner. Now I can select solid color. Select any color I want. Remember, you can always change this later, but I want this to be kind of a medium blue. I'm going to click OK. And then I go up to the blend mode. I'm going to select overlay. And there you go. I'm really happy with that. I like how it isolated the chrome. That looks like it works.